25 years ago, there was a major change to the stock market. The stock exchange announced they were closing the growth market at the time, and a group of individuals in the city said, we don't like it. So they formed the City Group for Smaller Companies, Cisco. They became the Cisco Kids, and they fought a campaign to get the growth market restored, and as a result of that, the alternative investment market, AIM, was formed.
The QCA is a really important organisation. It's not well known, but what it really does is engage with governments on behalf of the smallest companies, the smallest quoted companies, some of these types of companies as well, to actually really make sure that any changes in legislation, any changes in regulation are working in favour of companies and their long-term prospects, rather than accidentally getting caught out by an unexpected call.
The forum today has been a great success. We've had a fantastic turnout of our corporate members. We've had two very, very good panels, some really great comments and suggestions from both investors and also from the journalists, particularly the journalists who made it quite clear how they operate.
I think what's interesting about the investment forum we've had today is it's actually been quite a lively debate. We've had quite a lot of interest in terms of talking to fund managers and other investors as to the kinds of things which drive the individual stock selections.
We were speaking about the criteria that we're looking for in the companies that we're investing in, and from my point of view, it's fairly simple. We're looking for established, profitable businesses with a strong balance sheet, healthy cash generation, generally paying a dividend. But above all, they've got to have good management teams.
I think management team in a given sector that you're looking at is very important. Whether they've got a track record and the individual merits of the company. Obviously, there's a number of different moving parts to what makes a company attractive. There's a whole heap of things that I'll look at.
As a journalist, I find the QCA very useful as a resource. The key message actually was that we're all quite interested in small companies, and we'd like small companies to be more interested in the press and less frightened of us.
The challenge with this community is you have, by any measure, 1,000, call it 2,000 companies. It is a huge pool to fish in. The media struggles to get to grips with it, as I think a lot of the policymakers do. So I think to have an organisation like the QCA to really carry the flag for them is very, very important. I think it's one of those bodies, if it didn't exist, you'd probably have to invent it.
Small companies, by their nature, have less resource. But in contrast to big companies, one of the great advantages of smallness is that many of them are able to generate employment growth, they're able to generate domestic growth, many of them are paying good and growing tax take to the governments, and that particularly is something which is just important to everyone.
The sector is a small, close-knit community, and when you see the interaction between investors, companies, the media, as well as the advisors, you see that conversations and dialogue between all the different groups does create a great market, does create more liquidity, and hopefully then lowers the cost of capital for companies so that they can grow and create jobs and wealth for shareholders.